All right, let's talk about Zeek. Zeek is an intelligent tool intended to replace firewalls. And what it does is, as you know, in the DevOps world, every team is supposed to know how to program and automate their own job. People aren't supposed to be non-technical anymore. And in modern company, are supposed to be able to automate their task. And so they expect you to be able to do some programming. And what's great about this, like I said, at one time, Zeek had no good documentation at all, but they really fixed that. It now has not only documentation, it has an interactive online tutorial where you can play with it. So here is Zeek. And when you run it, when Zeek starts, it runs Zeek init. And when Zeek is finished, it runs Zeek done. So you can see it there. And let me just shrink my font a little bit. And you can run it right here. So if you run it, it says hello world and goodbye world. And you can modify this. I can say hello WASTC and run that. And now it's hello WAST. So this is a live programming environment to practice programming Zeek. And there's a whole series of lessons here that teach you how to do things, interesting things with Zeek. So, for example, loading scripts. This will load a script. So load script code from other files like libraries and so on. And here's functions. Here's emphasize as a function. So you can say print emphasize, yes or no. And so if I run it this way, it's going to emphasize things by putting a star around it. So I run this. There it puts a star around things it emphasizes, but I could make it do something else by just changing this character, for example, like an underline. And I guess not an underline. Let's make it a ampersand. And now it does that. Looks like I put in both star and ampersand, so I'll put that in. So there's things that you make functions just like you would in Python or any other language. And you have variables. You can have variables here, X and Y, Z, and so on. And if you try to print Z in the second event down here, print X, comma, Z. Well, first let's run it and make sure it works the way it is. Here it defines some variables and then prints them. So it prints hello. What does that mean? Goodbye. It prints hello here. That's a global variable X. Here it prints what does that mean? And here it prints bye. But if I try to print Z down here, then of course, it's going to complain because Z is out of scope. Z doesn't exist. Not down here. Z only exists in this region of code. So it's the same as, again, Python or any other modern language. Anyway, you got a variety of things here. And one thing that's nice is you can analyze PCAPs. So there are some built-in PCAPs. So here's exercise traffic. Let me find the one that uses the traffic. Maybe this one. Yep. So here's a list of subnets and so on. The exercise traffic.pcap. Yep. So here it's going to, so it doesn't have the script here. You'd have to write it. But what you can do is you can run it on a PCAP. They give you several PCAP files to run, and then you can upload your own PCAP. So you could use this online demo to really analyze real data if you wanted to. You could capture data, upload it, and analyze it. And there's stuff here like HTTP and SSH to practice on. And you can write scripts that detect like who made a bunch of false logon events, what is that IP address, accept no more traffic from that. So this is a programming firewall essentially. And this turned out to be extremely productive to protect the UC Berkeley research lab environment with this thing in the hands of competent programmers. So that's Zeek. A lot of people think this is really important. It's included in Security Onion, and this is a good way to learn about it. Well, that's what I wanted to show you there.